I was getting all ready to set up and do a video on the absolute privilege of the wankers that we have in our parliament in Australia as it's sitting, and all they seem to be talking about is garbage and rubbish, while other important things need to be dealt with that just aren't in the conversation. And while I was doing that, I had afternoon briefing on, and I watched interviews from both of the main parties of politics talking about Donald Trump and his declaration that he's going to ethnically cleanse Gaza. There's no other word for it. The media doesn't want to have any, but it's like the final stage of genocide where you pick everybody up and you move them somewhere else, and you move to people who are dropping the bombs. This is definitely going to be the place where I speak about the things I can't speak about on YouTube, because I can't speak about this on YouTube. But I just watched a representative from the Liberal Party basically agree with Donald Trump. So if that's your issue, and your number one issue, we have one major party in Australia called the Liberal Party who fully agree with ethnic cleansing when it's done by the United States of America, and another party called the Labor Party of Australia who's too piss weak to say that ethnic cleansing of Gaza is wrong. Considering Australia, the people who basically wrote the International Declaration of Human Rights and was one of the main authors of it and pushed it through the United Nations. This is a very sad moment in Australian politics. It shows you how one-sided Parliament is. I haven't heard anything from the Greens, so they're too scared to talk about it. And all these people in Parliament who want to throw children in jail for writing horrible things on walls don't want to mention anything when Donald Trump says let's go and clear Gaza of the people that live there. We have an entire parliament that agrees with genocide. I'm pretty sure the Greens will eventually say something, but I can't guarantee that. They've been burnt quite a bit on this subject in the last couple of years, so maybe for political reasons and because there's an election coming up, they'll shut up too. Why is it so hard for the people in Parliament to think that the community of Australia wouldn't be against ethnic cleansing of Gaza? Like, is it really that hard? These people are so lost in the people who donate to their parties, or in the case of the Teals, who are a party who aren't a party, and I don't include that Polcock dude in that. And that's exactly what they are, a party that's not in a party. Look what the independents can do. They're paid by the same billionaires. The same billionaires who give money to the Teals also give money to the Liberal Party and also give money to the Labor Party. That's a scary concept, isn't it? Isn't it a scary concept that Holmes Accord, whether it's the Teals, the Labor Party or the Liberal Party, whether it's through his companies or through himself personally, he's giving money to everybody. No matter who owns the table, he owns a seat at it. And all of them are going to shut up about this ethnic cleansing, because you can't criticise Israel. And Israel, I'm on Rumble, so I can actually say my actual thoughts. All this crap that's really weird that's going on in Australia, that's never gone on in Australia in my whole lifetime. Don't you think it's funny ever since somebody pointed out to Albo that he might be complicit in war crimes, so Australia slightly changed its tune in the United Nations. Isn't it funny, since that happened, that all these acts of vandalism, and that's pretty much what they are, acts of vandalism, we have laws on the books to deal with them, have started, and all this media has started. Isn't it strange that Rupert Murdoch was talking to Donald Trump 2 days ago, and now Israel is about to take control of Gaza, and even if anybody wants to stop it, well, America's going to put in bases and heaps of soldiers and just kick everybody out. Like, what's Egypt going to do when the American forces just start pushing the civilians into Egypt? Because that's what he's basically saying he's going to do. Everyone's been making out that Donald Trump's a horrible boogeyman, and today I worked out what his job as the boogeyman is. Donald Trump's job for the next 4 years is to clear Gaza, kick all of the people that live there out, give control of it to the Israelis, but make sure American casinos and hotels and things like that have real estate there and are making money from the tourists that are going to go there. And everyone's just going to shut up and let that happen. And at the end of 4 years, in 20 years' time, in 30 years' time, in 100 years' time, when anyone brings up the clearing of Gaza, everyone's just going to point at Donald Trump like he's Hitler and he's the person who did it. But the Australian Parliament, our Prime Minister's refusal, Albo's the most piss-weak Prime Minister this country has ever had. Somebody's about to clear Gaza and our Prime Minister's going to keep his fucking mouth shut. What a weak so-and-so he is. I'm extremely angry. This is the time I should stop talking. But yes, I finally found out what Rumble's good for. I can say everything that I really don't want the sort of people who I want to follow me on YouTube to hear me saying, because I just can't be bothered with that shit. You have no idea how much you can't talk about this stuff in this country. Not many Australians on Rumble, but yeah, you certainly can't talk about how our government's become piss weak in the eyes of genocide. I'm going to go now. Don't vote for Albo. There's not a moral line he won't cross. He doesn't even have the balls to tell America that genocide is wrong. Goodbye.